said, as he fastened the head torch around his mop of blonde hair. Out there at night, on the moor. It's a heath, not a moor, said Erin. Erin's right, Krish agreed. Heathland is fairly dry, with heather and gorse, and moorland is wetter, with peaty soil. Pete and Nancy looked at each other, then burst out laughing. What? Krish asked. I googled it. You're such a nerd, Pete said. Krish rolled his eyes and looked back at his phone. The signal's awful out here. They're updating the Mystery Shed tomorrow, and we'll miss the new videos. The Mystery Shed was their favourite website. It was full of videos and stories about weird and bizarre things around the world. Ugh, Erin said. You three and your Mystery Shed. I don't know what you see in that rubbish. It's all made up, you know. No, it isn't, Pete told her. And you won't miss the new videos, Krish, said Nancy. We'll watch them together when we get back. All three of us. But Pete wasn't listening anymore. He was thinking about those buildings he'd seen. And that sign. Chapter 2. Heathland Camp. Finally, the coach steered off the road onto a track leading down to Heathland Camp. It was at the bottom of a shallow valley and looked just like the map on Nancy's phone. Close to the car park, the reception cabin and the dining hall were at one end of a large area of wild grass called the Green. There were 4 wooden cabins on each side of the green, and at the far end was a building marked on the map as the activity barn. Past that was the leap of faith and the high ropes course. The coach came to a halt in the car park and everyone piled out, desperate for fresh air. 2 hours stuck on a coach that smelled like egg sandwiches and year-8 sweat was as much as anyone could take. Some of the kids started running about, which made Miss Barker look as if she might burst. Miss Barker was the games teacher, and she could shout so loudly it made your ears hurt. Year 8! Miss Barker yelled. Form a line! Everyone raced together to line up beside the coach. Mr. Craven, the geography teacher, hung back while 2 muscly young men wearing red fleeces, shorts, and walking boots came out of the reception cabin. Miss Barker narrowed her eyes and looked along the line of kids. There are rules here, she said. And I will not have you embarrassing our school by... One of the young men touched Miss Barker's arm and spoke to her in a low voice. His long hair was tied back and he had a stubbly beard. Miss Barker nodded, then cleared her throat and turned to the children. I'll hand you over to the instructors now, she said. This is Mr. Medlock. The young man beside her smiled and waved to everyone. Call me Lewis. There was a chorus of, Hi, Lewis, from the year 8. And this is Mike, Lewis said, as he pointed to the other camp instructor. Mike stepped forward and took a bow. Lewis smiled. All right, he said. In fact, we don't have a lot of rules at Heathland Camp, but we do have some. Most are about the individual activities, so we'll talk about those tomorrow. For now, all you need to know is that you'll be staying in the dorms in cabin 1 and 2. The doors are locked with a keypad access system, so please don't forget the code or else you won't be able to get in. Also, please, stay in your dorms at night, Miss Barker interrupted Lewis. In previous years, students have decided to go wandering in the night, sneaking out. I will have none of that. The instructors will patrol the grounds, and anyone caught outside will be sent home. Miss Barker cleared her throat and nodded to Lewis. Carry on. Yes, said Lewis. Thank you. Now, Mike is going to call out your names and allocate you a dormitory. As soon as he does, please go straight there and unpack your bags. After that, we'll all meet on the green. We have a treat for you. Chapter 3. Fire Pit. Krish and Pete were in a dorm in cabin 2 with James Holsler and a boy whom everyone called Peanut because he got a peanut stuck in his nose when he was in year 5. It was a basic room with 2 bunk beds, one against each side wall. The sheets and pillowcases were folded neatly, ready for the boys to make their own beds. I'll take top bunk, Pete said, as he dumped his backpack on the floor. Fine by me, Krish replied, as he checked his phone for the billionth time. Oh, still no signal. Who cares, said Pete. Come on, let's make...